But first, I just want to begin by celebrating our radical generosity economy at the Sheffield Buddhist Centre, our Dharna economy. And it's been created and built up over a number of years, but particularly Bodhinaga was a big visionary behind this. Well, in fact, the Buddha was a big visionary behind this. The Buddha said, if you want to build a vibrant spiritual community, there's 4 key conditions, and the primary one is generosity. And so when the order members who founded the centre at this building set about building the Sangha, they said, well, they thought we want to have a really potent, vibrant Sangha, and the Buddha says you do that with generosity. So they took a radical decision to stop charging for any classes. So that's very, very unusual in our society. If you go to pretty much anywhere and take part in an activity, a workshop, a class, a course, a meal, you're expected to pay for it. That's how society works. But we don't do that here. Everything is free of charge. And gradually over time, that's become more and more like the retreats now. Finally, the culmination was our retreats, which cost thousands of pounds to run. We give away for free. We don't charge anything for them. We don't charge anything for Sangha night. We don't charge anything for the introductory courses. We don't charge for Mitra study. And this is quite radical in society and quite unique in Triratna as well. If you go to most other centres, you will pay a fee, perhaps, to do a course, a charge. You'll be a very, very strong ask at every class to make a donation. We don't do that. We don't ask for money. You'll notice that we don't mention money. We don't talk about money at all. And what we do instead, we encourage people to take part, receive. Instead, we give it freely, the open hand of generosity. And that includes the people who work here. So I want to take a moment just to thank and celebrate the team of people who work at the centre. Have made significant sacrifices financially and in other ways to do that. Some people do it entirely for free, and some people do it on a very, very low level of financial support. The average cost to support someone full-time who works at the Buddhist Centre is just over £11,000. If you compare that to what they could be earning if they pursued a career or other forms of income, they're making a considerable sacrifice to work here. So I want to thank all the people who do that. But on top of that, everybody who runs events, the intro course you'll have been to, Mitra study classes, Sangha night, they do that for free. The people who make the food, the people who clean the centre, the people who build the shrines, the people who look after the gardens, the people who do the finances, everybody gives their time and their energy for free. So it's remarkable. We build this Sangha through generosity, my experience, hopefully it's your experience, is there's a very special atmosphere at this particular Buddhist centre, at this particular Sangha. You notice it when you come for the first time at an intro course, you notice it. I notice it every time I come, and I feel really privileged that this is where I work, and this is what I do as my vocation, just to be here all the time. It's a really special atmosphere. And a key factor in this is our Dharna economy. It's very, very precious, very, very important. The Buddha said everything arises in dependence on conditions, and a key condition for this very special atmosphere here at the centre is the Dharna economy, the generosity economy. We don't charge anything, and people give what they can to make it happen. So there's a number of ways that people give and partake. Just being here tonight is a way of giving and building that Sangha. When you go home and meditate or practice ethics, you're building Sangha. So everybody's giving in lots of different ways. But once a year, we talk about money. And tonight I want to talk about money, because giving money is also a really, really important way to protect this Dharna economy. There's 185 people within the Sangha that give regular standing orders every month. And that's really, really important, because it means we can plan for the year. We can plan how many people we can support financially. We know pretty much what we're going to get every month, because 185 people give us a regular standing order every month. That's amazing. And it ranges from just £2 a month to £300 a month. That's the kind of range in value of the standing orders that we get from our Sangha. So so what I want to do is, as part of our Dharna economy, once a year we tell you about the health of our finances. We pledge to be really transparent about the state of our finances, where we get our income from, where we spend our money. And there's a fact sheet inside here that tells you all of that. And a really great display downstairs as you come in, which tells you in more details. There's a pie chart that shows where the money comes from, what we spend it on. But the headline is that this year we expect to lose £7,000. We've got a deficit in our budget of £7,000. And it's not, I mean, it's not a disaster because we've got reserves. We could potentially cover that, but it's not, that wouldn't be sustainable. It's better if we can break even, because then year on year, we can expect to break even and not to keep losing money. And there's a number of reasons why we have a deficit budget. Poor old Vimaladasa, who manages our finances, set a balanced budget at the start of the year. And I came to him and asked for more money for different things because it was clear that our maintenance costs have gone up a lot. It's an old building, and to look after it costs a lot of money. And the repairs are costing more now, and the professional fees are costing more now. So our maintenance budget's had to go up. Cost of living has also gone up, which has meant living costs for our team that we support has gone up. So the living costs have gone up. And thirdly, the bursary fund. We have a bursary fund for people that need help to go on retreats from our Sangha. That's already oversubscribed for this year, and we want to carry on helping people. So all those reasons mean that we've got a deficit of £7,000 for this year. So I'd like to ask you to help us out if you can financially. Please consider, if you haven't already, take out a standing order to support us each month financially. It's a really great thing to do with your money. I've got a standing order, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction to know that this is how my money's being spent. Sometimes you can spend money and you can feel a bit guilty, or it's like a short-lived pleasure. But to know that you're funding the growth of a Sangha in Sheffield and the spread of the Dharma, like, that gives me so much satisfaction. So if you can afford to, I think it's a really good thing to spend your money on. Now, the dana itself, you'll know from the precepts, has to be freely given, otherwise it's not generosity. So we freely give our Dharma classes without any expectation. There's no expectation on anybody to give. If you don't want to give, you don't have to, you're welcome to come. If you can't afford to give, there's no pressure to give, you're welcome to come. But a lot of people do give, and they can afford to give. And so if you're one of those people who has the means to give a standing order, I'm asking you to consider giving us a regular standing order. And inside the pack, there's a letter from me with more information and a fact sheet and a pledge form. And we're asking you to fill out the pledge form or email us and let us know by a week on Friday. We have a 2-week window where we try and raise the money we need. And then we know what we've got and we can plan accordingly for the rest of the year. So if you could let us know over the next 2 weeks if you plan to take out a standing order, or if you have a standing order already and you can afford to increase it, well then please consider increasing your standing order. And again, let us know over the next couple of weeks. It's hard to keep a track of all the changes in the standing order, so if you can let us know, that would be really appreciated.